It's Greez Blanko, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Right before I hit the lick, I close my eyes, begin to pray. Let us make it back and pray my enemies be DOA. Rhyme bumping that.
All right, today we got Greez Blanko jumping off the porch with us today.
Yikes, Blanko in the building. What's good with it?
How you feeling today, gang?
Feeling good. How about yourself?
Chilling, man. It's a pleasure to have you here on the porch with us today, man.
It's a pleasure to be here.
For sure. So tell me, what you out here working on in Atlanta?
We out here doing a promo run. I just dropped my tape, NoLimit4z, available on all platforms. So we out here doing interviews, shows, moving around, you know, just trying to get it out the mud, gain fans organically. Yeah, just get the message out, you know what I'm saying, get our sound out.
Straight like that. So for those who don't know, how would you describe life back home in Las Vegas?
Shit, I say shit, it's the same as any other hood, but it's just, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the stereotypes about Las Vegas, you automatically think the lights, the parties and all that, but shit, it's the same shit, if not worse. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So how would you describe your childhood coming up?
Shit, I would say it's average, you know what I'm saying? Ups, downs, same shit, grew up. My mom's, Grams ain't had no men around, you know what I'm saying? Youngest boy, all sisters, you know what I'm saying? Grew up around all females, you know, from North Las Vegas, Nevada, Northtown to be exact.
For sure. So how would you say the north side of Las Vegas is different from the rest of the city?
Shit, where would I start? North Las Vegas is a whole nother place. That's why it's Northtown, like, you know what I'm saying? You got newer North Las Vegas, then you got Northtown, where we from, you know what I'm saying? So it's different because it's not even a part, it's a whole separate city. North Las Vegas has its own jurisdiction, own police, so it's really another city within the whole Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying? But it's different because shit, our style different, the way we talk a little different, you know what I'm saying?
So when would you say you jumped off the porch?
Shit, about 12 years old. You know, Northtown small, so it's only about 2-3 places you could be from, you know, so on my side, about 12 years old when I really start getting into what I'm getting into, you know, gang bang and shit like that.
For sure. So what would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned so far? Man,
the biggest life lesson I learned would probably be, shit, trust yourself, you know what I'm saying? Trust myself, because there's been a lot of times in life where you have so many opinions around you and people pulling you and swaying you to go this way, but you know what I'm saying? Even if you make a mistake, you can learn from it, but it's better to learn from your own mistake than let somebody else lead you into a mistake and learn from it, you know? So just trusting yourself.
For sure. So what would you say is the biggest obstacle you had to overcome so far in life?
Man, musically or just in general?
Both.
Shit, the biggest obstacle musically, first off, I would say just coming out of Vegas, it's so hard to even get heard and so hard to break through, you know what I'm saying, at this point, because they don't really shed a lot of light on the city and they don't give a lot of ears to it, you know. We got Dizzy Wright, you know what I'm saying, he doing his thing, shout out to him, you know, but other than that, it's real hard to get heard from there. So just getting over that hump of getting our sound out, you know what I'm saying? And the biggest obstacle in life, I would have to say, is I had to learn to separate myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to separate myself from the things I was into before, you know, because when you see yourself going a certain direction, shit, you at that crossroads, that fork in the road, you're either gonna go this way or that way, you know? So the biggest obstacle I had to overcome was just separating myself from my original environment and creating an environment that caters strictly to me, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So when would you say you started to make music?
Shit, I started making music when I was like 8. I was writing songs in my little notepad. I was like 8 years old, but I ain't really fuck with the studio until I would say 2007. Me and my boys in the North we had our own studio. My boy OC, rest in peace, we had our own studio and we used to just record our own shit, take it to school, let everybody hear it, you know what I'm saying?
So what motivated you to start making music?
Shit, I don't know, I would have to say like just being young, listening to Tupac, because my daddy used to have me listening to so much shit. Like when I was a kid, like he had crates, all the good shit, the old shit, you know, Spice One, Brother Lynch, Tupac, Ant Banks, E40, anything you could think of, Scarface, like all the old classic shit. And I took a liking to Tupac. Like I could remember listening to him as early as like 2nd, 3rd grade, you know what I'm saying? And reciting the shit word for word, you know what I'm saying? So I would have to say just being around my pops and listening to so much different music made me want to create my own.
For sure. So when would you say you decided to take it serious?
Shit, I feel like I actually started to take it serious a few times, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I started bullshitting a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But I would say, when I really made my mind up, I would say my last tape that I dropped, I really was like, fuck it, I'm finna go and do my thing, you know what I'm saying?
Straight like that. How would you say you got your rap name?
Shit, honestly, I was watching Cocaine Cowboys. Good looking. I was watching Cocaine Cowboys, and I seen Griselda Blanco, and I was seeing the story when an old boy from Oakland had wrote her, and he ended up getting with her, and I was just so fascinated by the story, and I was like, because I always thought Pablo was #1, but it's like she came before him, you know what I'm saying? She played a role in his success in the beginning, so it's like, I was like, damn, I can't believe that this female, like, you know what I'm saying, getting it like this. So I'm like, damn, I was already young Greez, you know, it was just young Greez. But I'm like, I'm gonna throw that Blanco on it because she was so cold. It's like, ain't nobody like her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, shit, put that Blanco on it.
Straight like that. What do you feel like brings the best out of you and your music?
Honestly, shit, just going through shit. Cause sometimes I won't even drop shit and I'll have a whole little episode situation in life, then I'll go knock out however many songs, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go through something to be able to put that pain or that happiness or whatever I'm feeling on the track. Cause if I ain't doing shit, it's hard for me to give them something, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So how would you describe the style of music you say you make or create?
Shit, I would describe it as, first and foremost, trap, of course, you know what I'm saying? Talking about selling dope, talking about gangbanging, the shit we did, the shit we done. And but it's not just that, it's a mix, you know, cause I do my melodies and shit too. So I would say it's like trap. I wanna say like trap soul, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting real shit on there and real street niggas gonna feel it, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't telling no lies, we just giving them where we come from and what we been through, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't had a chance to hear it yet.
Straight like that. How would you describe your current thoughts on the rap game?
Shit, I feel like, honestly, it's just, call it like you see it. It is what it is. I'm not expecting nothing extra. I'm not expecting no great, extravagant experience. I know, you know, I'm gonna get it out the mud. I know it's gonna be sharks. I know it's gonna be snakes, but I also know it's light at the end, you know what I'm saying? So I look at it as it is what it is. I'm not expecting nothing from nobody. I'm doing what I gotta do to get where I gotta go, you know?
Straight up. What would you say is the biggest risk you took for your career that paid off?
Shit, just living the lifestyle that I live, you know what I'm saying? Doing what the fuck I gotta do to support this shit, cause spending all this money, you know, this shit costs, and shit, it could go left, it could go right, you know, but just doing everything that I do to ensure that I can always, you know, be able to push this music and put it out there, you know what I'm saying? Cause it come at a price.
So what would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make?
Shit, the biggest sacrifice I have to make, shit, them like, I would have to say shit, it's kind of like the same answer, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm sacrificing time, I'm sacrificing energy, you know what I'm saying? I'm sacrificing money, I'm sacrificing everything for this shit, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So how would you describe the music scene back home in Vegas?
It's a lot of great artists in Vegas. Like we got some real talent out there, you know what I'm saying? And the scene is basically like, you know everybody, but the city, like we got everybody from a different side, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get the whole city to support one artist and push one artist, because if the one from their neighborhood ain't going, then they ain't finna help you until they get theirs going, whether that person going or not. You know, Vegas is like, you know, so many rivalries because it's so small. So, you know, it's a melting pot, you know, so it's hard to get enough people behind one thing to get it to actually blow. So we got to get up out of there. But I think that's for everywhere. You got to leave your city, you know, so it ain't just Vegas. Everywhere you got to leave. So it's pretty much the same, you know.
For sure. Would you say the artists are supportive of one another in Vegas?
I would say for the most part, the ones that fuck with each other. Cause like I said, it's some motherfuckers just ain't fucking with some motherfuckers, you know? Just cause of the rivalries, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit, it's so much gangbanging, it's just, a lot of niggas ain't fucking with niggas from the other side at all. So, you know, and it's so small. If it was bigger, if it was huge, if we had 5-6 million people and 10 million people, then it'd probably be easier, cause it's so much more other people to hear the shit that ain't even from where y'all from. But here, in Las Vegas, it's small. Like, we all grew up with each other. We all know each other. Everybody lived around the corner from each other. So, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't from over there, a lot of people ain't gonna fuck with you. But it is a certain amount of love. I ain't gonna say it ain't no love, because a lot of motherfuckers do show love. But just the amount of rivalries it is, it's hard to get enough motherfuckers behind one artist in the city, you know?
Straight like that. So why do you feel a lot of the talent is overlooked coming out of Vegas?
I can't even say I don't even feel like it's overlooked. I feel like they haven't even heard it. I don't feel like they hearing it and not fucking with it. I feel like they're not even hearing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that's just because we gotta leave, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just gotta get up out the city. It's, when you think of Las Vegas, you think of the Strip, but that's where the money goes, that's where the money come from in our city, you know what I'm saying? So if it ain't the Strip, if you hear about artists, you hear about them going to the MGM or going to the House of Blues to do a show, you know, everything is on the Strip, and that kind of clouds out the underbelly of the shit, you know what I'm saying? So if you ain't gonna get on the Strip with it, which is damn near impossible for a local artist, because they only, you know how the Strip do, they want the hugest artists getting, you know, the Futures, the Thugs. So in Vegas, in every other city, it's like the local community is the culture. You know, in Vegas, the Strip is the culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to overcrowd that. You can't overcrowd that, you know, and that's why we gotta leave, you know what I'm saying?
Why do you think a lot of the bigger artists that come to Vegas milk Vegas artists for their money?
I feel like it's just like a lot of times it don't seem organic, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of artists that come to the city and show love, but it's also a lot of artists that come, you know, and they come like with their hand out like, oh, this Vegas, this a little market, we finna come get some bread, how these niggas do verses, but a lot of them don't fulfill all the duties, you know? You can buy a beat from a motherfucker and you'll hear a motherfucker, a new tape come out with your beats, you know what I'm saying? Or you'll pay for a verse in the video, you might not get the video, but you'll get the verse, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of them come just to get their bread and smash out, because a lot of times I don't see them, even when they do verses and things like that, a lot of people, they don't post it on their page after they do the verse. You could, whether you pay them 5, 10, 20,000, they don't post it on their page, you know what I'm saying? They don't do none of that, or they don't try to, it's like most of them be like uninvolved, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay, it is what it is, but you know, I just feel like shit, a lot of them don't fulfill their duties. They just come to get their bread and get up out of there, you know, because it's so small and they don't know what it's about.
Straight up. So how would you say that fucks it up for the local artists in Vegas?
Shit, cause shit, niggas hustling, you know what I'm saying? Niggas getting it, niggas taking penitentiary chances, you know? So when a nigga like me come and I'm, you know, doing what I gotta do for the money, we taking fair chances, you know? So when I get this shit up, it's like, if I get some money up to me, it's coming from my heart. If I give you money, it's coming from my heart, cause nigga, I'm getting this shit out the mud, you know what I'm saying? We taking chances for this shit, so when I get that up and don't get what I need in return, you know, it's like a slap in the face, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up. So in your words, how would you describe the pimping culture out there in Vegas, man? Cause we all be hearing about this shit, but we really don't be knowing what the fuck be going on.
Shit, the culture in Vegas is pimping, you know what I'm saying? I would say it's pimping and gang banging and selling dope, but you gotta think, Vegas is based off of the Strip. Before all these neighborhoods was built, there was the Flamingo and the Sahara back with the Mafia and Bugsy Siegel and all them, you know. This was the gateway, Las Vegas was the gateway to the Hoover Dam. It was just desert. And they thought, the Mafia said they can come get some money. And since they did that, that's what Vegas always been about, the gambling culture, the money. And what goes next to gambling? Drinking, gambling and drinking. What goes next to that? Sex. You know, so it's a sex city and sex sells, you know. So coming from Vegas, if you get out of high school, you ain't doing shit, you a player, you got bitches, shit, Strip right down the street. So, you know, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Every city got their thing, and in Vegas, it's really a big part of the culture. Like 9 times out of 10, if a nigga ain't hustling, a nigga pimping, for sure, you know what I'm saying?
So talk about working with Payroll Giovanni on Make It Make Sense, man.
Man, shit, I had fun. Honestly, I grew up listening to Payroll, you know what I'm saying? He one of my favorite artists. Like, I used to bump his shit the whole time, you know? Young nigga selling dope, like, he motivated nigga, he make you wanna get up. When you don't wanna get up and get to it, you listen to that shit, he got that shit, what he say? But keep pushing, my nigga, and one day you gonna get money. Like, that shit just motivates you to keep going. It make you feel like I ain't the only one, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good experience, you know? I went out there, he took me to his neighborhood, we shot the video, and he was super cool, you know? He wasn't like a lot of artists that come across Vegas motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? He was super cool, super welcoming, my nigga. I got a lot of respect for that nigga, you know what I'm saying? It was a blast, though.
So what can you tell us about your new project, NoLimit4z?
Shit, it's out on all platforms, you know what I'm saying? You can go get that downloaded anywhere, and shit, shit, I feel like I fucked them up on this one. You know, I didn't give them what they was used to. They used to me giving them a lot of trap, you know what I'm saying? They used to me giving them a lot of gritty shit. And this time I gave them some grit, but at the same time, I gave them some shit for the females. You know what I'm saying? I gave them some shit they could feel. I gave them some pain. You know, I got the track Going Under on there with Lil Jeremy out of Houston. You know what I'm saying? Giving them different things that they could fuck with. It ain't just one tape full of the same shit. If you wanna party, I got the vibe. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna sell dope, we got My Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you wanna do, you wanna fuck with some hoes, we got Hotel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a mix up of a lot of different shit, and I really showed my versatility on this one, you know?
Straight like that. So talk to us about your grind as an independent artist.
Shit, man. Shit, we hustling, man. We doing everything we gotta do, you know? Anything we can add to our recipe, you know what I'm saying? We gonna add, like, we ain't being biased to nothing, we ain't denying nothing, we ain't being picky, you know what I'm saying? We doing what we gotta do, wherever we gotta go. I don't care if we go and get 1 fan, I don't care if we go and get 2 fans, but that's gonna be 2 motherfuckers that fuck with me. And if I get 2 people in 50 states, then that's 100. Then we gonna triple that and flip that just like we do, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up. So what would you say is the biggest challenge that comes along with being an independent artist?
Shit. Being able to support yourself and your family and spend all your money on music, for real, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, you could be hustling and your hustle could go bad, but you just gave this artist 20,000, you just paid this much money to go out of town, do a few shows, do this, do that, you know what I'm saying? And you can go broke, you taking a risk, you know what I'm saying? Because we already taking a risk getting it, and then you taking a double risk getting it, and then taking a gamble with it because it is a gamble. But for us, you know, it ain't no gamble because we got faith in what we doing. So that's why it don't matter. That's why that sacrifice is okay for me, you know what I'm saying? Because anything else in life, when you put your all into it, you're gonna get what you want out of it. And I've been getting great results so far, you know?
For sure. So what else you working on right now?
Shit, we got a few videos coming out for the tape that just dropped, NoLimit4z on all platforms. We finna be dropping the visuals for that real soon. You know what I'm saying? And we just pushing it around. We want to get that tape out and really get it heard, you know? But I got another tape that's gonna drop before the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? So we basically just pushing it and trying to make sure we put it in their face, you know? So a lot of new videos coming up and a lot of new content, you know what I'm saying? For them to be able to have access to.
For sure. Any last words and shout outs?
Shit, shout out my nigga 2 times, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Hole in the Wall Gang, shout out Dirty Glove Bastard, you know, shout out the whole Vegas, you know what I'm saying? All the artists doing their thing from the other side, this side, everywhere. Shout out the whole Vegas, you know, we taking over, you know.
Straight like that, man. Greez Blanko, we appreciate having you today, gang.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Right before I hit the lick, I close my eyes, begin to pray. Let us make it back and pray my enemies be DOA. Rhyme bumping at Jeezy with 2 whole ones, yeah, that's me.